Let me tell you a story. So I'm walking outside my house. I'm getting ready to go to the park to improve my mental health. And as I'm walking out the park, I see this kid and her mom and her sister just running around. I see her mom and her sister just talking and being feminine, while this young guy is running, exploring, being healthy. And I just couldn't help but just smile and see that this is how we as men are meant to be: energetic, smiling, curious, adventurous, high in testosterone. Yet we sit here in front of a crossing computer chair, playing video games, watching porn, wondering why our mental health is so bad, wondering why we don't feel motivated to go to the gym, why we don't feel motivated to do hard work. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this might actually be one of the most important videos you'll ever watch, because the reason you don't feel motivated to do the hard work, the reason you're not as disciplined as you want to be, the reason you keep eating junk food even though you want to stop eating junk food, the reason you keep relapsing, it's all down to your mental health. Because with poor mental health comes all your bad habits. You need to understand that all your bad habits, all your problems of porn, video games, junk food, social media, all of what you class as bad habits, instant gratification, they're all symptoms of the underlying problem. And the underlying problem is poor mental health. Because when you have poor mental health, your baseline happiness is all the way down here. So you just don't feel fulfilled in life. You don't feel productive. You don't feel like the man you were supposed to feel. So you just keep going back to the instant gratification activities like porn, video game, junk food. You keep eating the bad food, even though you want to lose weight. You want to have a healthy diet, but you keep just finding yourself eating some snackies or not feeling productive. Your baseline happiness is here. Because when you were a little boy, when you were all adventurous, before you found video games, your baseline happiness was here, where you viewed sunlight, you did all the healthy habits, and you didn't even know. Your baseline happiness was here until you found video games, instant gratification. Now your happiness is lower. Porn. This instant gratification activities make you feel good now, but in the later run, it makes you feel way worse. Because your baseline happiness is up here. You watch porn, now it's down here. You feel this, oh yeah, I'm about to bust. You edge, you bust, and now you feel like shit for hours. And this is the problem with poor mental health, that you kind of get in this cycle that you have poor mental health, so you keep doing the bad habits, which further worsen your mental health. So you need to understand that mental health is the single biggest reason why you have all of these problems. Because my younger self had all of these problems. He kept fapping. He didn't feel like doing hard work. He kept eating junk food even though he didn't want to. And he didn't understand that. He was trying to just quit porn. He was searching how to quit porn, Oh, the top 7 ways to quit porn. It's none of that. It's all your mental health. And you need to understand these two concepts of instant gratification and delayed gratification. Because instant gratification means things that feel good now, but will in the long run make your life worse. So that'll be porn, video games, social media, wasting time. And delayed gratification are things that feel bad, hard, difficult right now. So going to the gym, doing hard work, things that feel bad right now, things that feel painful right now, but in the long run it makes your life slightly better. And we just want to maximize these delayed gratification activities instead of these instant gratification activities. And what I've learned over the years, and the single greatest thing you can do to improve your mental health, is be more thankful, have more gratitude for the world you live in. Because when was the last time you were thankful for something, where you literally said, I am thankful for X? Probably not in a very, very long time, where you said you're thankful for something. And when you're actually thankful for someone, for something, you can almost just can't help yourself but to smile. Because when you think back to your parents, when they raised you as a young guy, when you think back at all the funny memories you had with your siblings, with them, if you really think about that and you have like some memory, you can't help but just smile. Let me just think about one. I got one. When me and my parents went to the park when we were, oh no, I remember one even better. When me and my brother were out in the garden of my house, and we were in the tree with another family, and we ended up breaking one of the branches, and we ended up falling off the tree. And it just brings a smile to my face whenever you think about it. And this is the importance of gratitude journaling, where you just journal anything that brings a smile to your face. So when I was in year 7 camp, I journaled this story that one of my friends, we were using flints and steel, and he ended up turning on the fire. He ended up putting on a leaf, and he ended up burning the leaf and burning his hand. So it always brings a smile to my face. And when you journal these good, happy memories, you can't help but smile when you go back and read them in your journal. And whenever you feel like watching porn, whenever you feel like doing the bad habits, and you think of a happy memory, when your life is just full of these happy memories, you don't need porn. Because your baseline happiness is up here, and it's a healthy way. So you don't need to watch porn, you don't need to play video games, none of that. And the greatest benefit of gratitude journaling and doing all of this is that, is that you almost get like this natural boost in like where you almost naturally think of good, happy memories. Because for during the most of your day, you kind of think of negative thoughts about yourself, like, oh, I relapsed again. Oh, I relapsed yesterday. Oh, I can't stop playing video games. Oh, I want to quit junk food, but I can't. You think of negative stuff about yourself. You think of negative, bad things that just worsen your mental health. When you gratitude journal and you're thankful for things, for example, gratitude journaling could be, I am thankful for this video that I'm watching that is going to change my life. I am thankful for my glasses because they help me see. I am thankful for my water bottle because it holds water in my bottle, I guess. When you think of those, your mind's going to slowly turn into this thing that's giving you happy memories and happy like ideas, instead of just these negatives that, oh, I fat again, oh, I feel like shit, oh, this. Instead, you're going to be like, oh, I'm thankful for this, oh, life is so great, oh, nature is around me, whatever. When you're thankful, you start thinking of way better positive memories and ideas. And when you think about that, then you don't need to go the bad habits. And this is the idea with mental health, where you just bring good ideas, good memories into your mind. We don't think about like, oh, I fapped again, oh, I played video games even though I didn't want to, oh, I just wasted 1 hour of my day. You gotta understand that fixing up your mental health will take a bit of time. But once you fix up your mental health, it's gonna be the greatest investment you will make into your entire life. So remember to just gratitude journaling. Actually, do this right now. Don't bullshit yourself. If you want this video to actually help you, you just grab your journal, and not even a journal, just grab a piece of paper and think about a family member. Your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your dog, whatever. Think about them. And think of a happy, good memory you had with them. Something that made you smile. Something that when you think about it, you just can't stop smiling about. It might be tough at the beginning, but if you really dig down and you really think to yourself, what was something that I spent time with them? And you really just write down about it in a piece of paper with whatever, or with a Google document, you can't help but just smile and remember how you felt in that time. Because when you were in that zone, when you were in the zone of feeling happy out with your family, without all the distractions of porn video games, before you found porn video games when you were a little kid, that's when your mental health was the greatest. But that's when you were so happy, so everything. And when you're feeling like, oh, when you're out with your friends, when you're out with your family, when you're happy, that's not when your brain thinks, oh, this is a perfect time to fap. It's never in those times. It's just when you're in a dark room where you haven't seen sunlight, where you're unhealthy, your mental health is like shit, you just ate junk food. That's when you watch porn, that's when you play video games, that's when you eat junk food. It's never when you have happy memories. And this is the power of gratitude, where once you gratitude journal, once you start changing your mind from having these bad thoughts to these good thoughts, that's when you really unlock your good mental health. That's when you actually quit your bad habits. Because you've been going around it the wrong way. You've been trying to quit porn. You've been trying to quit video games. You've been trying to be more disciplined. You've been searching how to be more disciplined. But you need to first fix up your mental health to actually fix up all those problems of not feeling disciplined. Porn, video games. Because once I fix up my mental health, I always relapse. Every single day I used to relapse. After school I used to relapse. I used to just go on YouTube. I used to think like, oh, I'm not gonna relapse, and then I slowly increase the intensity, and then I watch more takes, more ass, and that's when I relapse. And as soon as I did this practice of gratitude journaling and having more positive thoughts and improving my mental health, that's when I could easily go 3, 4, 5, almost a week without watching porn. Think about how powerful that is. One of the most addictive substances, porn, in front of you, and you say no to it by just fixing up your mental health. That's powerful. So stop trying to focus on mini biohack ways to quit porn, or whatever, how to quit porn, or how to stop getting porn urges. It's none of that. It's when you fix up your mental health, that's when you stop getting the porn urges. That's when you stop feeling like shit and needing to watch porn. That is when you quit all your bad habits. So that's one way to fix your mental health, gratitude. But another way is meditation. You probably already sensed that meditation was going to be in this guide, and that is because meditation is so powerful. Because when the reason there was this quote said by this Greek philosopher, I forgot his name, and he said that true happiness comes from when you're not worrying about the future or have no worries about the past. So when you're here in the present, in the now, and that's so true. When you're in a flow state, when you're literally present, here and now, when you're not thinking about the future or the past, or you have some random thoughts about memories, that's when you as a human are in your peak human experience. And that's when you're your most happiest, your most agile, most everything. And meditation just helps you achieve this almost haze where you have no thoughts in your mind, where you feel so present. Because being present is in peak human experience. And when you meditate, it's kind of like literally working out for your brain, where the idea of meditation is you sit down for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes and you focus on your breath. So let's do a short meditation practice with me. So just close your eyes and take a deep breath. Focus on your breath. You might not even realize, but you're thinking about something else. You're no longer focusing on the breath. You're thinking about some random memory, some random thing that you happened in the past, something that happened in the future. And that's what we want. Because so many guys try to meditate, they can't get into an instant like flow state task, and then they just stop meditating. I think meditation doesn't work for them. You should feel grateful. You should be happy when you get a thought. When you realize you're thinking about something else, and then you go, oh, I'm thinking about this. Let me go back to the breath, because that's what I'm meant to be focusing on. And that's almost like a bicep curl for the brain, like a hammer curl for your brain, where it's training it to realize when it's not being present and focus back on the breath. And this is what your mind will do. It's going to be, whenever you have a thought, you're going to realize that you were overthinking, thinking about something else, and you're going to go back to the present moment. And this is the power of meditation, because I told you how important it is to be in the present moment. And meditation just helps you do that. And these are the most powerful tactics you can do. And one quick one that I want to tell you right now is that breathing is probably one of the single fastest ways you can improve your mental health. Because with just breath, you can change how you feel in a matter of seconds. Imagine how powerful that is. You can change how you feel. You can feel like shit, absolutely like shit, tense, overthinking. And in a matter of 10 seconds, you can feel confidence, at ease, no longer tense, just like relaxed. And you can do this. So how do you do this? There are ways to do this where you focus on your breath. Because I've said this so many times. There's so many of my videos that breathing is the single most important thing you do for your mental health, for just feeling now, present. Because when you take a deep breath, so do this with me so you can actually feel how powerful taking a deep breath is. So literally take 5 deep breaths without worry. Like literally think about like nobody's around. Like just take the 5 deep breaths that literally don't think about anything. Just take a deep breath like nobody's around you. Just fat deep breaths. If you really did that, you're going to realize how much more present you are. And you're almost going to start feeling a little bit lightheaded. And that's because you're not getting enough oxygen into your brain. Because during this whole video, you've been taking these little pussy-ass breaths where you're only breathing to your chest. You need to literally be breathing down to your stomach. To your stomach, literally your diaphragm sticks out. That's the kind of breath we want to achieve. That's a fast way to just literally improve your mental health right now. But something that will really improve your mental health for, literally ever, is nature. Because why do you think so many? Because let me tell you a story. I was walking to the park and I saw this dog just running around in the field, and he was just rubbing himself against the ground. And this is how we. Let me tell you a story. I was in the park and I saw this dog just running around, rubbing himself into the ground, like just rubbing himself into the ground, looking at the sunlight. And this is how we as humans are meant to be. We're meant to be healthy in nature, connected with the world. Because that's, really think about it. With our ancestors, the first thing they did when they woke up was actually touch grass with their feet, look at sunlight, and enjoy nature. And the reason you feel like shit is because you're not connected with nature. And you might think this is some woo-woo, oh yeah, whatever, I can watch porn. If you really take this advice to heart and you literally go to the nearest park that you have, and literally just go touch some grass, go caress. Like when you were little, you probably remember this, where you almost ripped off a leaf and started like ripping it. You probably remember that, or you might have forgotten of, because how long that's actually been. And that's healthy for us humans. We're meant to be touching grass. We're meant to be literally connecting ourselves with nature, because that is when we as humans are just natural. That's when we as humans just are present. And you already know that being present is when you're actually happiest, when you're most aware, when you're most, as a human, just happy. And how do you do this at a practical sense? How do you actually start going to nature more? Go for walks. Literally go out, and I know you might be thinking that, oh, I don't want to go out for walks, I'm kind of tense, I don't really want to do it. Bro, really just have this mindset that you could be fapping right now. So go for a walk, and as soon as you step out the door, think about it, that you could be fapping right now, but instead, I am walking out my door to help my mental health. That's going to give you an instant confidence boost, where you know you could have been fapping, playing video games, watching porn, but you decide to go outside and touch some grass. And when you do that, you can't help but respect yourself and really give you a positive thought about yourself, that you're doing this for your mental health, for your future self. This is delayed gratification, where it feels kind of tough right now, but in the long run, it's going to be a way ROI investment, where it's going to be worthwhile just fixing up my mental health. And while you're out there viewing sunlight, this is something that Andrew Huberman talks about a lot in his podcast, and that is viewing sunlight and being around nature. Because, like I told you, you probably relapse when you've been in a dark room, you haven't seen sunlight in 10 hours. Because when you view sunlight, you can't help but just feel like a human. Because you've probably been in these dark little rooms, especially in the winter seasons of the UK, if you're watching this from the UK, where it gets really dark. Sunlight comes out quite late, and it gets really dark really early. And it's kind of tough, because you probably experience this, where in school or around when it's summer, everybody's like so energetic, so motivated, so healthy. But compared to winter, when everybody's sick, everybody's unenergetic, unmotivated, that's because sunlight is very, very important for you. And viewing sunlight as soon as you wake up, because it's something that you can do for the rest of your life, is as soon as you wake up, view some sunlight for the rest of your life. And if you wake up before the sun is out, literally just turn on bright lights like I am right now, and view sunlight as soon as you can. Because viewing sunlight is the single greatest thing you can do for your mental health. So if you go out with nature, view some sunlight, that's the single greatest thing you can do for your mental health. One last thing is that adventure. Adventure as a young guy is what you're meant to be doing. As a young guy, remember the story I told you about that little kid running around? He was exploring. He was like seeing, oh, there's this. That's how you're meant to be as a young guy. You're meant to be exploring around your city, around like, what is this? What is this? Because I tried this out. I thought this was some it's probably not gonna work. That I was exploring around where I live, and when you almost take a walk and look around where you live, but you haven't really gone into that weird alleyway. Well, obviously don't go into some weird ass alleyway, but when you go into some weird place you haven't been, you can't help but just feel so happy to just be in a new area, because we as humans just like seeing new stuff. And when you can do that for your adventure, so when you, in a practical way, what you want to do is start walking or cycling or jogging outside, because you probably already do some cardio, or you walk, you cycle, you whatever. But when you do that, you want to almost have the mindset that you want to go out and explore your city. You don't want to just be cycling or running just to burn the calories. you're gonna burn less calories, yes, but think about how much better your mental health is gonna be when you adventure, when you go into another turn that you don't usually go, and you see, oh, I didn't even know this house existed. There's actually a house out there 2 minutes away from you, from where you are sitting right now, that you've never seen before. And when you see that house, you just can't help but feel so happy to just be in adventure mode. Because think about it in like this game sense, because you probably played GTA, right? You know, where you first start, everything is dark. You have to go around and and go around and actually light up the map, and eventually it gets more light, more light, more light. That's what you should think about in real life, where you want to almost light up your map instead of just sitting inside, literally only sitting in one place. Because as a young man, you need to understand you're meant to be adventurous, you're meant to be energetic, you're meant to be running. Let me tell you a story actually, because yesterday, the day before yesterday, there was this beautiful, beautiful sunset. I literally got all my stuff packed, and I was running to see the sunset. I got at my house and I was running to see the sunset, and I didn't care about what people thought about me. I was thinking to myself, oh, I could be fapping, I could be destroying my health right now. I'm running as a young kid, and I'm going to view some sunlight, because it was this beautiful, beautiful sunlight. And I was just running and running and running and running and running, and I couldn't help but just feel in the flow state. I feel so natural, feel like a human. Where I was I just couldn't help but think of that I'm this little kid just running around to view sunlight. It's crazy to think about that. We just focus on trying to quit porn or video games. It's all down to your mental health. So when you're adventuring, go to almost like a quiet place you can explore. So don't go to like the main city where there's cars, there's freaking loud sirens everywhere. Go to like a quiet place, because it's probably like a direction from your house. There's probably like, for example, over there is the center, over there is the park, over there it's some random houses. So go to the random houses, go to like the quiet areas where you can explore and adventure and have fun. That's the main thing. You don't want to almost overthink about, oh, my mental. Just literally, in a practical way, today, I want you to, if you really want this video to benefit you, if you really want this video to change your life, today, I'll set 1 to 2 hours of your day where you are gonna go outside, jog, walk, and go to the park and just have an adventure where you go around the park, exploring new areas that you haven't been before. You view some sunlight, you touch some leaves, you caress some leaves, whatever. And you're gonna notice how much fucking happier you feel. You're gonna feel way better in life. And I just really hope I could tell this to my younger self, because for so long he was just sitting in a dark room watching how to quit porn, how do I quit video games. It was none of that. It was never how to quit video games on YouTube. It was fixing up your mental health, going out into nature, having something to work towards. And this is one last topic that I didn't write down, but I'm going to talk about. And that is having something, a mission, a goal, something to work towards. And when you have something to work towards, when you challenge yourself, that is really important, because instead of doing the bad habits, you actually have a reason to wake up in the morning. For me, it's making these videos. For you, it could be just drawing, doing something else, rather than playing video games. So to find this, you really just want to add responsibilities to yourself, because as a young guy right now at your age, you should have a lot more responsibilities than you have right now. Right now, what is your responsibility? What is your responsibility? You don't really have a responsibility, do you? As a young guy, you're meant to literally have responsibilities, people that hold you accountable, brothers that literally hold you accountable. Let me give you an example. So let's say you have this fat friend, and you make a workout routine, you make a diet for him to lose weight, and now he sees you as this role model, as this person who eats healthy, who gave me this workout routine to help me lose weight. And now you have this thought that if you eat the junk food, if you eat, let's say, a McDonald's Big Mac, and he sees you eating a McDonald's Big Mac, he's gonna fucking shocked at you, because he's gonna see you like you were this healthy guy, but you're eating this Big Mac, and you're no longer his role model. That's literally what we're meant to be. We're meant to be role models for other young men. You're meant to have responsibilities. So a practical way you can do this is just tell your parents you've been on self-improvement. Don't hide the fact that you've been on self-improvement, because for most of my life I've hidden the fact that I've been on self-improvement. But once I started talking about the things I've learned about purpose, diet, exercise to my parents, they start seeing me as this wise young guy that's been learning all these tactics, that he's so energetic, he just works out, he does all of these things. And it gives me a responsibility to meet their standards, where if I eat junk food, if I watch porn, then I'm gonna feel like shit, because I'm gonna keep thinking about my parents, that they think I'm this masculine young guy, energetic, works out, healthy, and they have these like have this responsibility to meet that standard of my own parents. Because you, as a young guy, you want to have this goal that you're gonna have to retire your parents. You don't want your parents to literally be working in the factories when they're literally 60. How disgusting is that? That there are literally guys out there that are literally fapping, watching videos, porn, not even trying to fix up their mental health. So at least you are fixing up your mental health, fixing up your life. There are men out there who just don't give a shit about their life. They just little leeches that leech of their parents. And their parents are going to have to work until they're 60, 70, 80, 90. Because our health nowadays is so advanced. You, your parents, your siblings are going to live way over 100. Okay, maybe not way over 100, but definitely around the 100 ages. So you want to be prepared. You want to need a family that's going to protect you, that's going to have responsibility, because one day you're not going to be able to work. One day you're going to be old and you literally physically can't work. That's what your parents are going to feel like. There's going to be a day where they can't work, where you as a young guy need to take your responsibility and literally retire them. So just to leave you with a little mindset that you should literally have this goal to literally retire your parents by 5 years from now. Just keep that in mind for the rest of your life. Just add it to your goals, because a man who thinks in decades is very, very dangerous. A man who knows what he's going to do with his life is very dangerous. Is very powerful. And you want to achieve this power by thinking in decades. You want to retire your parents in decades. You want to have a family in a decade from now. So, I really hope you benefited from this video, because my younger self, the amount of videos, the amount of how to quit porn, the amount of how to quit video games, the amount of NoFap, how to get on day streak, the benefits of NoFap, how many of those videos I had to watch just to realize it was all down to my mental health. So I really hope you benefited from this video, and I really hope you just go out in the park and really just take this advice, that the reason you feel like shit is because you're not going outside, you're not living like a natural human being, you're not viewing sunlight, you're not meditating, you're not gratitude, you're not being thankful for your life. So literally, just right now, before I leave you, is think of a happy memory. Think of something that happened to you. Think of something that you felt during this video, or you're watching this video. Maybe when we were in the gratitude section where you were writing something about your family. Really think about that, and you can't help but smile. And that's what we want. We want you to just be happy and improve your mental health, because when you're happy, when your baseline happiness is up here, then you don't need any of the bad habits of porn, video games, junk food. When you fix up your mental health, all these bad habits slowly start fading away. So today, go out into the park and view some sunlight, touch some grass, go into an adventure, go around your little city and find new places that you haven't been in, new roads that you haven't discovered. And your mental health is going to improve by a whole lot. Hope you benefited from this video.